Good afternoon, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great day. We're going to be bringing you something new tonight. Tonight, we're going to do something totally different than we usually do. My man DMV gave me a call earlier today. I was we were in the process of doing all the stuff that we needed to do for Friday, which will be my dad's funeral. And DMV had called me because Boss Cowboy, boy, he made me feel so much better. Boss Cowboy was saying, and we got on the phone, DMV said, "Hey, Boss Cowboy wants to talk to you." I was like, uh-oh, what have I done now? What have I done now? Boss Cowboy said that there were two Dallas Cowboys YouTube channels that he originally was watching. Me and Chat Sports. And he said, no matter what he was doing, he would always have it on. And he said, I can't believe that after all these years that we hadn't done anything together. And so tonight, we're going to do our live stream. We're going to combine my live stream at 9 o'clock with his and freestyle it, just talking about, of course, what else? The Dallas Cowboys and what's going on with them. I don't want to be the guy who falls for the okie doke, so to speak. Where we all buy into, oh my God, this year is you know how that always happens. We all buy into the crap that the Joneses are selling. And I don't want to start feeling good about the team, but I see a few glimmers of hope there. And maybe that's all we got as Cowboy fans is hope. The more subtle pieces that I hear make me feel better than I have in a while. When I hear that the coach, that maybe they're going to actually let a coach be a coach. See, the Cowboys typically, when they get burned by something, it changes what they do. It changes, and they're scared to do something different, okay? See, with Jason Garrett, I think when they hired Jason Garrett, at first they let him be the play caller, the head coach and everything, right? And people will say, well, the Joneses mess with Jason Garrett too much. But I'm not sure that it was Jason Garrett was ready to be a head coach. You got to remember, Jason Garrett was the quarterback's coach for Nick Saban. Then he gets hired as a Cowboys offensive coordinator and then becomes head coach. And as far as experience goes, that wasn't a whole lot of experience. And here it was, you were the play caller and the head coach, and you had really not done much of either. And I think it was out of necessity that they ended up saying, you know what? You don't need to be the play caller. We need to help take some of the stuff off your plate so you can just kind of be the coach. And I think that started them on the path to where they were with Mike McCarthy, that they didn't want to give control to Mike McCarthy. And you can't tell me, as much as Mike McCarthy kissed their butts last year and basically said, everything's fine, as everything was burning and literally taking bullets, you could see that wasn't a relationship that was predicated on respect. Let's be clear here. Mike McCarthy was literally the lapdog for Jerry Jones. When you literally basically told your coach, you're going to stay, look, you've been bad. You've been bad, son. Go stand in the corner. You're not going to the combine. No. You're going to keep your ass over here, and you're going to write on the board, I got to do better play calling. Write it on the board. That's literally how they treated Mike McCarthy. And here it was, you're going to do better. but you're going to do better with less. How is that any way, shape, or form a respect of your coach and what he does, that you literally treat him like that? There is none. And you can't expect people to perform or love you and want to be there. And I think it was a surprise to them after they treated him like crap that he walked away. Now, it seems like the difference here is at the moment, and we haven't started practicing in OTAs in the season, but at the moment, they're letting the coach be the coach. They're letting Brian Schottenheimer pick his assistants, have a say in free agency, to literally go to the combine. Now, I can't guarantee that Brian Schottenheimer is going to be a great coach, but at least the Cowboys aren't hamstringing and making his job harder. They appear to be trying to make his job easier and work together. I feel like they may actually, for whatever reason, respect Brian Schottenheimer a lot more than they did Mike McCarthy. If you look at what the Cowboys have done this offseason and compare it to each of the years that Mike McCarthy was here, the only year that you can look and say that the Cowboys tried in free agency was 2020 when Mike McCarthy first got here. And what they did was they brought in a whole bunch of named veterans from Clinton Dix, Todd Terry Poe, Emerson Griffin, Gerald McCoy, and Andy Dalton. How'd that year work out for us? Andy Dalton did get a bunch of starts, but they weren't good starts. And most of those guys that got on the defense, Gerald McCoy messed up his knee before the season. Clinton Dix was cut before training camp was over. Emerson Griffin, he got a couple of sacks for us. That wasn't the worst one, but I don't believe he stayed on the team for the whole season. Andy Dalton did start for us after Dak Prescott got hurt, although I will say literally he got knocked the F out and nobody came to help him up. So he wasn't exactly well liked, and so on. Hopefully that'll be a difference for the Cowboys, that instead of us having the internal fighting of the coach and the owner, that we have them actually working together for the common good. Alrighty, good people. Headed back to, actually I gotta find, it's been a while since I've had to go to the dry cleaners. And dry cleaners we used to go to, my wife used to always have her dry cleaning done for work and stuff. They done gone out of business. It's like, what happened to all the dry cleaners? And I gotta get my suit dry cleaned for my dad's funeral. Whew. Alrighty, good people. Peace out.